Alright guys, well, I see a lot on the MX page. I got on the MX 6000 page because I own an MX 6000 now on Facebook, and everybody talks about this latch over here on the door. Well, I've told a couple people, hey, you know, they make a kit. Well, I'm not quite sure if they make a kit, but I think my dealer puts together a kit, because you would think a kit would be in a box. This was in a bag. So I've got a door handle. I'm just going to show you guys all the part numbers. There's a door handle. Here's a door latch. You guys can go back through and watch the video a million times and get all your part numbers. This is a little striker spacer thing, I guess, for that. This is what it looks like. Oh, here's your part number. Sorry. This is a little, this is your interior latch, it looks like. What do you got? Get your part number here. Get that. That's your doorknob pull. Well, let's see. Here's your striker, it looks like, because you don't have a striker here. Well, you got a couple bolts, 2 of these. Well, this, they had these in a bulk bin, he told me, but here's 2 bolts and 2 lock washers, and then a bunch of these. I'll count them here in a minute. You guys get the part number. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And then, did I show you guys this piece yet? I don't think so. This is your cover. Okay. And then I ordered an air ride seat because that seat really sucks. This is some kind of harness for the air ride seat. But anyways, I figured, well, let's video this, and as always, we'll learn together. As a YouTuber, I should check YouTube to see if anybody made a video, and I didn't. I figured I could lose that first thing out of the gate, and it always makes me nervous doing anything on these doors. Whoa, whoa, that just popped off. It like sprung on the other side. Wow, seems like it's glued on, but it's not. I'm always nervous on doing anything on these doors. Wow, it's stuck like Chuck. It's not bolted on, right? It literally feels like it's bolted on. Okay. Oops. I hate to let it sit there. Not glued. Wow, it's just stuck on. The rubber's stuck on, and you know, the door being glass. Get that other nut dropped. Can't really pry on it. Huh. Well, that's on here. Well, I might be taking this to the dealer and having them do it. I mean, this piece came right off. It's got kind of a bushing that goes on the other side there. Huh. Let me see, maybe I can get something in there and get that rubber to separate off of this, maybe. got, I don't know, we've got some utensils, plastic, so hopefully we don't break glass. Wow. I mean, it had to have just sat out in the sun and just got that rubber to stick to it. I can see where it's stuck. It's stuck on the top and the bottom. This is releasing it. Just not real quick. It's releasing. Oh, it just did something. There it goes. Okay, so that worked just to break some of the tension off of it. The rubber was just stuck to the glass. Okay. Let's see. I assume I'm going to need the rubber off of that. Let's just open everything. See what we got to work with here. Okay, this has plastic on it. This is your outside door handle, and that has plastic on it. So I assume we're good there. Okay, get this inside latch open. This does have rubber on the back, but I don't know if I'd trust that. I mean, that had like a thick thing of rubber. This is like super thin. Surely that's not all that goes on there. Probably need those two. All I have is a bunch of plastic bags in here. There they are. Assume we probably need these two bolts. These are about the right size, I think, but these are tapered, so maybe that doesn't go there. I bet you that goes to the latch. Let's see if this is beveled. Yeah, see, it's beveled, so I bet you that goes there. So those aren't my bolts for that. Okay, maybe they're my little mystery bag, the mystery part number bag. It is hot today. Whew. Hot. Not quite sure why we have the little spring star washer thing when this has a lock nut on it. Don't you guys like the fact that we just figure stuff out together? Isn't that great? That makes me totally nervous just having that little tiny gasket on each of these. Doesn't seem right. These glass doors are tough, but man, makes me nervous. Oh, you know what? That needs to be underneath that. There we go. Show you guys what I did in a second. Alright, what I did, this little white piece needs to be under there. See inside there? And then that way when you pull your outside latch, it actuates your latch. See? Alright. Put you guys back up here. Hopefully you can see fine. Whew. And it is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. Something should go there. What should go there? Something should go from there to there, maybe? No. I don't know what goes there. And that's your key lock. I don't have a little rod though. Yeah, I should have a lock rod that goes from here to there. I'll have to call him and tell him that I don't have a lock rod. I would assume that goes there. I don't know if it goes on before or after we get the cover on. I would assume after, obviously. But let's see. This will go. Let's do some mock-up, kind of see what's going on here. That's going to be difficult actually here. Obviously we need to tighten this stuff up, but I don't know how you get that to stand up. That's incredibly difficult. Because you have to go over this latch and you have to get that rod to the point where you can put this on it. And maybe you can get it to sit there. It's still way over from where I need it. It needs to be about right there. regardless. That's not the same size as everything else, so give me a second, let me go grab that. This isn't turning out to be a great video, but we're learning. And that just seriously makes me nervous, just having that little tiny bit of rubber, but that's how they build it. I would say not very tight on this. I always get nervous tightening stuff on glass. It's a horrible thing. Alright, let's figure this out. Okay, so you cannot lock it if it's not latched. But if it's latched, then you can lock it. Okay, everything works there good. We got to figure out how to get this lock rod lined up with that hole. I mean, there's a little trough in there in the plastic, but boy, I seriously don't know. I mean, the only thing I can tell you, okay, I didn't think it'd fit. It didn't look like it would fit that way, but okay, there you go. It seriously didn't look like it would fit before, but obviously it does. Okay, that won't lock because we're not latched. Let me get an itty bitty screwdriver, and we've got 4 screws for this, and then a screw to put on our latch. So give me a second, let me get a little screwdriver, and then I'm gonna get a big screwdriver so we can set these. I'm also gonna put some Loctite on those, but hang on just a second. Thought maybe a finer tip would work, and it likes a normal tip. Magnetic screwdriver will be your friend with this, it looks like. Line up your holes. Little bitty screws, don't have to be incredibly tight. I'm the master of over tightening stuff when it doesn't need to be. You want to press firm because you're cutting threads in these little bitty machined holes. They are not machined. So your first couple turns, you want to make sure you're pushing really firm. Make sure it's lined up really good. Or at least it wasn't threaded in there. These might be threaded. I don't think so. Kubota generally just has a sized hole and you put the screw in it when they have machine screws like this. But these are nice little shouldered screws, so I'd probably get the factory ones. I wouldn't get just whatever fits it. Since apparently I was wrong, there's not, I mean, there may be a kit, but it seems like they just put their own kit together. The only reason I say that, it didn't come in a box. Generally, if you get something from Kubota and it's a kit, you'll have a box. Alright, let's see. On to this part. Hopefully you guys can see that. Man, it was hot today. Golly. You need a 10 millimeter and a 12 millimeter, at least as of right now. May need something. Oh, and you need a medium screwdriver and a large screwdriver. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Pull that off. Well, so they sold me a plate. Well, I already have a plate. I would think just reuse your factory plate. You probably don't need this part number. We'll see in a second, but can't reuse those bolts. I'm gonna put a little Loctite on these. May not need it. I'm just gonna put Loctite on it. I don't want the latch to come loose. Obviously, we may have to adjust it. There's an arrow on that. Maybe the arrow points out. There's an arrow, and it goes this way. It's not like it goes up. And maybe you don't need Loctite on that because you're going to have to loosen it a couple times to get it adjusted, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure because that lock plate's no thicker. It's not two-piece or anything, so I'd say you probably don't need that lock plate part of it. Alright, now I'm going to come around there. Actually, I'll probably move you guys to the inside. So give me just a second. I'm going to get all this stuff that can break a door away from the door. Let's move you guys over. I'll get you moved here in a minute. Give me just a second. Alright, let's recap. Meaning I'm going to pull this back apart. Figure it out. Take the Loctite off of these. I'm just going to spray it with brake clean. And the funny little washers that I thought, well, we can't use those on that. They don't go on the latch. They go right there. I just happened to look at the driver's side latch as I was getting out, and I saw them. I was looking to see if I could get a gauge on where the latch was at to kind of quick adjust. And I saw that they had these funny little washers in there, so we'll just put those in there. Makes more sense than Loctiting. And it kind of seemed like it wanted to be like in that realm. You guys can't be there, but you could probably be there. Can you see right there? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Let's see what it does. Felt good right there. Okay, and that's about what the driver's side one was tilted like that. I thought it'd be level, and it's tilted about like that. It's about the same position as the driver's side. Turn these very slow. Hopefully you guys can see there. But turn these slow, tighten just a little bit, because my experience has been you go cranking on this and it's going to adjust this. Well, I was going to give you a part number that's just, I think it's a right tool. Just a large screwdriver bit with a 3/8 drive in it. For stuff like this, I really like using it. Alright, let's see. Alright, well, there's your right hand door install.